1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
A great deal of attention on a national level is placed on drinking, especially underage drinking. The United States is a young nation when compared to most others. However, in our short history there have been many extremes. From alcohol being safer than water during colonization to the Prohibition era of the 1920s and early 30s, to the now federally influenced drinking age of 21. In 1984, the National Minimum Wage Drinking Act was passed that required states to raise their ages from purchase and public possession to 21 by October 1986 or lose 10% of their federal highway funds. Proponents of having the drinking age to 21 have some strong arguments. According to information published in the South Carolina Underage Drinking Discussion Guide sponsored by South Carolina Department of Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse Services and Procon.org, drinking alcohol is particularly dangerous for younger people because their bodies are still developing. Alcohol is linked to violence and crime. The earlier young people start drinking, the greater the chance of developing alcohol dependence. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reports that since the early 1980s, alcohol-related traffic deaths per population have been cut in half, with the greatest proportion of declines among persons 16 to 20 years old. Opponents of changing the drinking age to 18 also have some strong arguments. Nationwide, a person is recognized as an adult at the age of 18. That gives them the legal right to enter into contracts, marry, vote, be elected to the House of Representatives, buy tobacco products, and join the military. The belief is that either a person is an adult or they are not. The often heard argument is that if I am old enough to fight and die for my country, why am I not old enough to determine what I do or do not drink? Drink or not to drink is an important decision for all young adults to make. For those who choose to try alcohol, the next choice is when. Several European countries, including Spain, Italy, and Germany, have set 16 as the minimum age to purchase alcohol. I realize this seems to be extremely young to be buying alcohol. However, think about this. That according to a national survey, 1 in 4 8th grade reports drinking alcohol within the past month. That 18% of 8th graders say they have gotten drunk at least once in the past year. That 75% of young teens say alcohol is easy to get. This survey was conducted with 8th graders. That means 13 to 14. If children this young have access to alcohol, what are the implications for high school and early college age students? But that is nationally. What about in South Carolina? 71% of 9th through 12th graders have tried alcohol. 35% of these students took their first drink beyond just a few sips before age 13. 40% of 9th through 12th graders drank alcohol in the past month. In 2010, youth under 21 consumed an estimated 12% of the alcohol consumed in South Carolina. If these statistics astound you, then take a moment to consider the fact that parents of many of these students most likely have no idea what's going on with their son or daughter. In fact, the 2012 SC Communities That Care survey found that only 5.7% reported getting alcohol from their parents. While a drinking age of 21 may deter some from drinking, by large it isn't a fix. Drinking is like driving a car. There is a lot of responsibility that goes along with the privilege. When a person gets old enough to drive, they are not just given the keys to the car and told to go for it. They are taught the laws of the road and must pass a test to get a permit. They must then practice with a licensed adult for at least a minimum amount of time before they are allowed to get a restricted license, which limits the times of the day they can drive. Why should alcohol be any different? Take the mystery away from it. If young adults are exposed to alcohol at earlier ages, the mystery is gone. They are in a protected environment where what they drink, where they drink, and the quantities are controlled by their family. They learn that it doesn't have to be a secret, and they don't overindulge because they don't know when or if they will have another opportunity. The 21-year-old age limit makes it illegal for American parents to lawfully teach their own kids how to drink responsibly while still in the home. Kids don't go to college understanding exactly how his or her body tolerates alcohol. Lectures cannot explain whether it takes 1 or 5 beers to produce bed spins or cause a hangover the next morning. Now let's reconsider those European countries I mentioned earlier. They may not look so crazy now. Unlike American children, Italians are familiar with the alcohol from a young age. From drinking communion wine at church to sipping champagne at New Year's Eve, and being able to buy alcohol the summer after 10th grade, they are never in awe of it. They are preparing their children to be responsible adults and providing them with the resources to make informed decisions within a protected environment. With respect to college-age students, drinking at college has become a ritual that students often see as an integral part of their higher education experience. Many students come to college with established drinking habits, and the college environment can exacerbate the problem. According to a national survey, almost 60% of college-age students 18 to 22 report drinking alcohol in the past month, and almost 40% of them report binge drinking in the past 30 days. Approximately 150 university and college presidents signed the Amethyst Initiative and advocated for the Choose Responsibility proposal to reduce the drinking age back to 18. This initiative states 21 is not working. A culture of dangerous, clandestine binge drinking, often conducted off campus, has developed their argument that is lowering the drinking age will mean half of the campus, the youngest, least adapted, first time away from home half, is not required to hide their activity because it is legal. College campuses could then sponsor events that encourage appropriate use of alcohol rather than just lecture about poor legal use. If you are not convinced, let me in by addressing the concerns of the proponents of keeping the drinking age 21. As statistics show, children are able to access alcohol. By teaching responsibility, the amount consumed is much lower quantities, limiting the chance for health issues, criminal activity, and alcohol dependence. Finally, in reference to the decrease in traffic fatalities, while I would never want to argue against this, it is important to recognize that changing the drinking age 21 is not the sole reason for the decrease. Beginning in 1984, many states started implementing mandatory seatbelt laws. When you combine that with safety features that are continuing to be upgraded by vehicle manufacturers, you would expect the traffic fatalities to decrease. I hope I have given you plenty of food for thought. It is my belief that children should be shown and taught in a such way as to be responsible citizens. This includes the use and purchase of alcohol.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am 6.